What up, everybody? It has been a while. This is the Amish Space Station, and that is my cellular device that ruins lives, brainwashes people as well, does a lot of things. Let me make sure I can hear myself.
Brainwashes people as well. Does a lot.
Yes, I can. So this isn't going to be too long of a stream, but I'm going to go over a couple things that's been on my mind. I've been down lately. I really have. I've been kind of, I've just been down because I see the entire truth community and our efforts kind of going to waste to a certain degree. It feels that way sometimes. Half of the truth community, or truthers, I call it a community because we do commune. However, when I say half, I mean all of the people that are at least trying to put out a message. Half the people say there is some kind of a weird awakening happening. And they're saying that a lot of people are waking up to something, apparently. And then the other half are saying no. And some people are saying, well, I'll be afraid when everybody wakes up and realizes what they've shoved into themselves. Because then people are going to go crazy. And I hear some people, I just hear so many different things. I don't think that we're on the verge of some kind of grand awakening. I'll tell you that now. And if it is an awakening, most likely it's going to be an awakening to something dark, not an awakening to the truth, which is what it should be. But it's practically impossible because the mainstream has a really tight grip on people's minds. So, anyway, if anybody's interested, Verizon is giving you a free smartphone upgrade to a 5G phone if you go and take your jib jab. All right. Free. It's like $700 phones and crap they're giving away. $700 off, $800 off. Guys, go and turn in your old phone and get that little jib jab. You guys can get a new phone. You know? Pretty good deal. Getting a phone for the jib jab. Can't believe this. I had no idea they would start doing stuff like this. I mean, they started with one thing with the strippers. And, you get all the free lap dances and everything for the jib jab. Go to the strip club. Go get jabbed. Now they're, giving away some expensive stuff. You get the $1 bills, I suppose, for the strip club. But now they're giving away the 5G $700 phones and crap, $800 phones. So that's out of those strippers' price range, I assure you. So Verizon, man, they own a lot of stuff, I will tell you. What's up, says, hello, Amish Space Station. What's up, man? How are you making out? I hope well. I haven't been on in a while. I wanted to do an update. I haven't been in the brightest of spirits at all with everything going on. And I kind of took a full week and a half, almost maybe 2, of not doing anything because I've been absorbing so much information happening around the world. And it feels like, there's just so much happening. And then I see people just walking around acting like it's not happening. Doing great, bro. Glad you're back. Oh, thank you. And I'm glad to be back. You know, I really am. I'm going to. I'm feeling better. And there's a lot of stuff I want to talk to, but I've been seeing a lot of stuff happen all in like a condensed time period. And I got a lot of things. So I'm actually going to touch on a couple important topics here. Hopefully people don't get too angry, but I got some really disturbing questions. And being a truth-seeking individual, asking the questions I'm about to ask really put a big hole in the mix of everything. Anyway, want to get ready to get into it. So apparently, you guys know the little fake Stonehenge. This whole solstice thing. It's so amazing how so many people that don't know anything about Earth and believe in all this nonsensical second law violation of physics and things. I mean, of thermodynamics and violations, and they're always the ones to celebrate these stupid solstices and these pagan type of worships, right? At Stonehenge, you know, they're just rubbing in people's faces. They're like, look, we already got the construction photos of this place. We're even showing you that there is steel, steel, inside of these so-called rocks, just to show you that these are not rocks. This is constructed. And then people are going out here acting like it's some kind of sacred ground. I don't know. Thank you. I just find this so insane. It's like the dumbest thing in the world. Let's all go around a fake site. I can't do it. I can't do it. All right, let's get ready. There is this going on. So I do want to make everybody aware of this. This stream isn't going to be too long today, by the way, just to let everybody know. I'm going to turn this down. So there are apparently scanners now that are scanning, they scan your wrists, and they're all in self-checkout lines. So people in these grocery stores and things, I'm just letting everybody know, you're not going to be able to get food. Honestly, a lot of people think all this stuff is going, that this is a scanner for your wrists. A lot of people are thinking that everything's going like normal or coming back or whatever. No, we are in a very serious time period, and people being relaxed or feeling happy and not super depressed is a really bad thing. And I say that with intentions, because if you're happy or feeling positive 24/7, you most likely are living in a fantasy world and you're not facing reality. I don't really want the world to be depressed or sad or scared. But when you're under attack, if everybody joins me and we go to a battlefield and we're being shot at, okay? And then all of a sudden, all of you people with me start pulling out magazines and, a blow up hammock type of thing, and start just right in the middle of the open, and you just start, putting up a little fake palm tree, acting like you're just ready to relax on the beach while there's bullets going past us, we're going to have a problem. That's when I'm going to switch teams and go over there, because apparently they're taking it serious. And then the team that we're all fighting for doesn't seem to be taking this thing very seriously. So we got a problem there. I don't want people to be scared, but I want people to be alert and aware and prepared. That's what I want. I don't care. I mean, people can call it fear porn or call it whatever you want. I mean, I don't care. You can call it any kind of name. I just got into a debate with a guy about science because he wanted to push me and test me with this. And he tried to bring up this virus. And I said to him twice, I said, I'm not talking about this. I can't talk about this with you. You don't even understand the definition of science. The observation, the study of the physical and natural world. Notice I said physical and natural. I didn't say man-made. So if it's anything man-made, you can't do a science experiment on it. It's a study of the physical and natural world through observation and experimentation. Notice I said and, not or, which means you can't just look up in the sky or look somewhere or just get observations. You have to do experiments. And notice I said the word experiment because it's part of the scientific method. When you look it up, it says that it establishes cause and effect relationships, not why, this, that, all this nonsense, just cause and effect. This guy actually wanted to talk to me about this virus. And I'm like, dude, you just brought up Newton. You do know Newton was replaced by Einstein, right? What? You don't even know your own fake science. You don't even know your own fake science. And you're trying to debate with me. This isn't going to work. That's why I cut him off here. I said, I cut him off. I'm like, you're not gonna obfuscate and kind of push away from the conversation, because that's what people like to do. They like to, what about this? And what about that? And what about the moon? And what about stars? And what about this? And how about this there? No. We're on one topic, and we're going to nail that topic into the ground. And if you don't get past that first topic, you're done. We're done. That's why I'm not over on modern day debates, because there is no established winner. When you let the debate go on and you don't establish who a winner is, I got a problem with that. The winner of the debate means the loser is done running their pieces of trash mouths. That's it. You lost. Take evolution, for example. You have to observe a natural phenomenon. Evolution is not science. It is fake, period. You have never observed a monkey turning into a human. You failed. I don't care if you got all these scientific experiments and all this other nonsense to go with. You already failed. That's why I say, why are people even still debating this? You're done. You're done. But now that we live in 2021, you can call science whatever you want. Let's measure how much water I can pour on top of my head. Nonsense. Wildman says they may feel safe in the hands of the beast that they bow to. Yeah, and you're right. And they're starting to understand, especially with this magnetic thing. They're starting to understand, I think, the gravity of their situation. But one quick thing before I get right back to it was, I'm wondering about waking people up and having them realize the mistakes that they've made. And what are they going to do when they realize the mistakes that they've made? What exactly are they going to do? I've taken it upon myself where I don't even talk to people who've already gotten, jabbed up, because there is no point. I've gotten arrogant with people too. And I don't want people to think it's my ego or anything like that. No. What I say to people straight up is I can out-debate anybody in science. Anybody who knows what real science is would never, ever, ever try and debate me with it, because they know that I go by the very definition of science. So if you know what real science is, that wouldn't offend you. So all of these people that have taken this believe in their so-called science, right? That's their science. The fake belief in what they believe science to be, not what the definition is. So I'm arrogant with some of these people. I'm just like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, you're a brainwashed zombie. You're a slave. You're a slave. You have no free thought and you have no mind of your own. And that's the way to handle them. Because the thing is, just by you saying that you aren't sure if you want to get at this, you are now a crazy conspiracy theorist, anti-vaxxer, and crazy person who is endangering their family and the lives of other humans. You have no respect for humankind, because you're not taking this synthetic man-made creation that they're calling science. You see how When you know the scientific method, it affects everything in your life. When you understand that everything has to be 100% natural. If it is not natural, it's not science. Am I right? There's also something weird I wanted to bring up real quick before I go to the next thing. There is something called the law appeal to nature fallacy or something. It's in logic, and I'm studying a lot of logic, and I'm studying all the fallacies and stuff. But appeal to nature. And the girl who explained this, she said, yeah, like those crazy people who say don't take medicine, take all natural things because medicines has chemicals in them and don't trust the science. That's a contradiction because the cause of the medicine is man, which means it's man-made. It's not science. The cause of the disease is because of man-made chemicals. So you're treating a man-made disease with man-made chemicals. So I got a little problem with that because I think that if they explained it correctly, like I said, I'm studying all of them, so I'm not going to go too crazy on that. But I am just trying to put that out there for you. That first off, you got to be dealing with natural science, and if you're not dealing with that, I don't understand how appealing to nature is you know what I mean? We are natural beings, so. Technically, if everything was natural, you wouldn't have these man-made, keyword, synthetic diseases that are caused by men. Let me ask you a question. Would you have alcoholics if alcohol was never invented? The answer is no. God, drives me crazy. Drives me crazy. Anyway, I am going to get into the cyber polygon, but first I want to switch over to this here. This is something that has been out now recently by Flat Fact. This is dealing with Tartaria. I'm not going to be doing too much talk on Tartaria, and I'll tell you guys why real quick before we get into it. It's because we are facing a very serious problem right now. And all of this history apparently is completely wrong. And we can't waste any more time in, not to offend anybody, but we can't waste all of this time in Tartaria. This is one of the things that kind of really stressed me out. Campbell was explained here by Flat Fact and also E-War. If you guys know who E-War is, I think his channel just went down again. I watched all of his stuff, but what they were saying here is that all of these maps, we don't have any map that is in the right zodiac age, meaning that these maps are thousands of years out of date. So I do hope you all understand the problem and how big of a deal that is. And I know I mentioned it before, but I don't know about the whole moon thing and the reflection of Earth, so I'm not going to get into that. But this is apparently like a really big deal. If all of these maps are all in the wrong age, we got a real big problem. We have a very big problem. We have no maps, apparently, of anything. All of these maps that we've been explaining to people and showing people and tracing back and dating back have been in the wrong age. This is what drives me up a wall with people because I sit here and explain to people certain things. Eric Dubay did a really good video recently, his latest one, where he was explaining this. Most people don't understand the amount of lies that we are facing. You don't get it. Every single thing. I was never like this, but I am now. Every single thing has been close to being proven to be a lie. So even these maps that are in the wrong age, and he's showing you right here, by the way.
All have the Tropic of Capricorn and the Tropic of Cancer on them. And that is a problem. So let's get into this. We're going to talk about maps, the moon, and the possibility that the moon may in fact be a map. But first of all, I will let flat fact explain to you the problems with our maps?
Or astronomical observations pre-1900. Let's see if some maps and documentation mysterious.
Oh yeah, Watts. Yeah, it's too much. It's so deep. It's so deep that it's near impossible. The only way that we are all going to figure out what is going on is if we all go and take things slowly to discover this information. It has to be slow. So I'm gonna go right into it. That's what I had the problem with eWar with. This isn't my ether presentation. I am going to do an ether presentation, but it's going to be a pretty scientific presentation. So I've been putting it together. But I just want to say something. These are deserts and things. I've asked this question before, and a lot of people like Tartaria. And don't get me wrong, I love Tartaria, but we got a big issue here. I was asking about how these deserts were formed. So a lot of people are talking about the torus field and electromagnetism. Everybody has their own theories that everybody wants to keep putting forth. I was at, and this here, horseshoe magnets, which is mentioned in here, and the Tartaria arch, similar to a horseshoe magnet. Let me explain something real quick. If all of this free energy was generated, okay, you guys with me? All of this free energy was all generated on a grid. My question is, we're all praising these people for all of these technological advancements. What happened? Why are they all dead? Is this energy dangerous? Electromagnetism, microwaves. If all of the cities of the earth were all connected through this in the age of Tartaria, what caused the reset? These are very serious questions because we're all talking about how we all want free energy that the government's going to control and give to us. And that leads me into cyber polygon. You guys know what that is. Okay. Electrogrid hacks. My question is, were they interfering with the electromagnetic field of Earth powering? Imagine a magnet just this size, and you guys have seen how large these structures are. Were they interfering with Earth? Could they slow the sun down, slow the moon down, if assuming that all of this is within an electromagnetic field? A lot of people are calling this energy God. I don't presume to tell people what God is. That's also one of my little slight issues with eWar and some of his theories. I don't like a lot of theories. I don't. By nature, I don't like theories. I just don't. If you're claiming that the energy is God, does the energy create? Or does the energy sustain? Is the energy of the ether capable of creation? Or was it intelligently designed? This is where quantum mechanics and physics and learning about things helps when people start talking a lot about spirituality and what they think they know. As you all know right now, I don't necessarily pretend to tell people what God is. I am just talking about a lot of the Bible believers, and I'd like to tell them, hey, you got the names wrong in the Bible. You need to at least learn the names if you're going to study the Bible, you study the original Hebrew Bible. Don't half-ass it. That's all I'm saying. Is that asking for too much? If you're going to quote the fake science, you could at least quote Einstein. So can you tell me why you're quoting hundreds of years out of date? You know what I mean? Watt says, maybe they got out of control and Yahuwah struck them down. Some of those cities look like computer boards, and a lot of them were melted, but who really knows? Exactly. Watts, you have a legendary eye with that comment there for detail. You're not jumping to conclusions. you are just putting it exactly, you're taking the observations that we clearly see, the energy that everyone is talking about, and you summed it up beautifully. You summed it up beautifully right there. And I would agree with you way more than I would agree with somebody claiming. And this is for the people who claim a lot about Tartaria and how they don't know what caused the reset, because we're all trying to figure that out. However, I've heard a whole bunch of things where people are claiming they know. Oh, it was a nuclear bomb. Oh, was it? Was it? A nuclear bomb and it just left this thing standing here? Oh. And that's also assuming that you can prove nuclear bombs exist, which nobody on Earth can validate. And you're 100% right. They do look like computer boards, and they're all put together in that manner. So if we are finding these structures and these buildings and things like that, you know, this is what it is here. Hey, Cryptic says, what's up, everyone? Cryptic, I hope you're doing well, my friend. And I did get your email yesterday. I completely left my cell phone. I actually took a week off of work, and I've been trying to get myself, but I'm going to contact you. I got your email. I got your email. And I hope everything is okay with you, my friend. I've been super stressed. Just super stressed at all of the things that they have coming out currently and what they're doing. But yeah, Watts, I agree 100% with you. They do look like some of them were melted in a way. And then you got some of those other people like Paul Koch. Paul Koch is saying that he doesn't think that some of these things were melted. But John Levi mentioned that it could have been an electrical type of, electromagnetic disturbance. Now I'm speaking for me here. I don't want any of these psychotic pieces of trash. Let me ask you this question. Everybody in the chat, we all know exactly how psychotic the leaders of the world are. Imagine they had the power to melt entire, to cause a cataclysm. Imagine they had the power to do that. Don't you think they would do it then? I mean, these people are the sickest people in the world. Look at what they're doing to the children. They have children protesting in the streets. Cops beating up children. 12-year-olds. And you don't think that these people would microwave you if they had this so-called free energy? This is a very serious issue that I have yet to hear John Levi mention, that I have yet to hear Martin even mention, or anything. Cryptic says, and this isn't a knock to them. They are legendary. I'm just saying I play devil's advocate with everything because that's the way I've learned to actually do research. Okay, so I'm fascinated with Tartaria. So I'm going to look for every possible way to scrutinize Tartaria. I'm fascinated with electromagnetic energy. And I'm going to look for every way to scrutinize it. Krivik says they supposedly just built the most powerful magnet ever. I didn't hear about that. That's interesting. That's interesting. They were saying that these buildings were made out of metal as well, like they're metallic or whatever, metallic rods. I mean, iron rods in here. And I was comparing it to this horseshoe situation, Cryptic. But you didn't miss much, man. I was talking about this RFID hand scanner that they have in these stores and stuff, where they're putting them in stores, but they're putting them in grocery stores. So, it's a pretty big deal right here. And these self-checkouts. Self-checkouts do two things. They put people out of a job, and they make it so that you need to scan yourself. And I mean, they're killing 5 zombies with one bullet. That's pretty much all you miss. If you just came in, you might already caught it. But yeah, that's why I'm saying I don't know what happened here. But if this was electromagnetic energy, in which they mentioned this.
Seriously start appearing.
Oh, Cryptic, I was also talking about these maps here. All these maps are from the wrong zodiac age and things. They're thousands of years out of date, so we don't even have a legitimate map to even go by. I will admit, I did not pay attention to what year the maps were in. And I was ignorant to the level of depravity that these individuals would go to lie. But yeah, all these maps are in the wrong age. They're in the wrong tropic age. And what autodidactic Campbell, what he was saying was that a lot of people actually use the maps like that, and they use those ages for sailing on the seas and things like that, for navigation. So where are all the maps from our age? God, this drives me crazy. You have no idea. I actually cussed 2 people out when I watched this video for the first time. I had to watch it a couple times to understand everything, and then I looked it up a little bit. Well, it says, I saw a video of a dude with the Astra jab, and it kept trying. Yeah, to the TV. I don't know if it is or not. I seen the people from Russia, where where the Sputnik thing had a, on the computer, where the guy was saying he was checking up on his friends in the database and stuff. I have no idea. I have no idea. Here's what really, really got me thinking. I'll show you guys this. This is what got me thinking, okay? Koch did a video, and this is why I'm asking about this electromagnetic stuff, okay? He did a video on this. Mind control. Is it mind control or is it Vatican time? Oh my God. See, this only happens live. One of these. It's either he named it wrong. Here's what Paul did. Okay. And I'm going to say this straight up. Paul named this thing mind control thing, and then he went time travel thing. He was saying that this mind control, he mixed the mind control thing with the time machine thing. And the photo, what is it? Photo right here. Spirit photography. Sorry, I'm wrong. Sorry, Paul. He did the old world spirit photography or the time. Let me make sure I'm right. Mind control machine. So there's something in here. The time machine. It's called a heirloom. And I believe it is something to do with putting up these electromagnetic gases. And they also have pipes on these machines here. And he's really convincing with this stuff. I'm not going to lie. It looks like a lot of it went into detail, to doing the spirit type of photography type of thing where they're putting up like these pictures generated from some kind of electromagnetic thing. And they're putting up all these weird machines. You know what? Screw it. Because I feel like I'm all over the place with my words, and I don't mean to be. Hey, YouTube says $30 off if you want to subscribe. Of course, I'll give YouTube my money. I'm a complete numpty. Why wouldn't you give YouTube your money? It's not like they censor you to hell. Give them all your money. Right here on some of these things where they have all this, like these pipes. Can you guys see that? So all of these pipes and all of this stuff that's connected, these batteries, these lines, and all of this stuff. He was saying that like this, they went through a lot of trouble to make this seem, and I don't know if this is some kind of plasma thing like a television or whatever. I'm just saying, okay? And, because I like Paul, but there is some weird stuff with some of this new Tartarian people coming out. There's some weird stuff, but let me see if I can get back to the point I was trying to make. It's something called an heirloom that they were trying to take over people's minds. It's called like lobster cracking and stuff that they were doing. And there was a lot of articles, and he made a really good point. So if you guys get a chance and you want to check them out, definitely check them out. But what I'm wondering about is like this electromagnetic type of thing that's going on, because you would have to spread these gases around in the area. Apparently they did it. And it's a military documented event that happened when they actually did this and ran this test on people not too long ago. So that's why I'm wondering about these jabs and this magnetic thing. I don't know, because it seems dangerous. Also, some people showed some videos where they actually said there's some patents where they said that they can electromagnetically take control of you. So you are electrical signals. That is what you're made up of, okay, in your body. So if there is, how do they resuscitate you? It's on open broadband. Wouldn't doubt it. They put our energy systems onto the open internet as well. Yep. It could. I don't put anything past these pieces of trash. All of this. I see stuff like this. I don't know what you guys see. I see this. I see this. Fake. Instantly. I don't even need proof. I don't need proof anymore. Proof is for losers. They don't need proof that Earth is flat, right? Or that it's not a spinning space ball, right? Even though all they got to do is walk outside for that. Or space, the sky is not a vacuum. They can walk outside for that. That's why they're still alive. I think all flat earthers should get a complimentary thank you from the trash of the earth. Because thanks to flat earthers, we're not dead. Otherwise, if Globers had it their way, all of our air would get sucked up. So we actually saved all these, unfortunately, mentally destroyed individuals. Right here. Adopt radically different beliefs. To make someone adopt radically different beliefs by using systematic and often forcible pressure. Indoctrinate, to condition. Re-education camps. Here, let me persuade you. Propagandize. Influence. Amazing. A forcible indoctrination to induce someone to give up basic political, social, or religious. I would add scientific to that because they've added science into scientism. Absolutely amazing. Before I hit that, I just want to mention this, and then I'm going to finish off with cyber polygon. So the torus field and what, I've heard a lot of different things about the desert, but the desert looks like some kind of disturbance. It looks like something that was man-made to me, the desert in general, because of the things they found in the desert. So let me explain. A lot of people have already documented a lot of the ruins that were found in these deserts that was practically impossible to even live under those type of conditions with, insane heat and insane drastic temperatures. I've looked up what they said the cause of these deserts, what it was, and it was terrible. It's like the contrasting differences in the temperature changes created the desert. Okay. All right. Fine. It's like you don't even want to ask them how they even got their answer. 500 million years ago, we found this dinosaur bone. And to speak of that real quick, I know it's off topic, but these are things I have to say. People, listen. Quantum Eraser, I don't have his channel up. Quantum Eraser just did a video. There is something up here with, Mud Fossil University. Let me explain this. Like I said, I like to play devil's advocate. What's happening is that these people are trying to say they found living tissue from 68 million years ago. You all understand the problem with that? And then with the mud fossil thing, like I said, until you identify what caused the reset, was it a fascist type of weapon? Was it them using these gigantic creations to harness electromagnetic energy from the air, from the system that we live in that caused this destruction? I would not go near a magnet this size when you actually understand electromagnetics. Okay? Period. So I'm just putting that out there to you. I personally don't think. I think these could have been you. I don't think that this is a magnet, but these were made with iron in them and could be magnetic. And Ewar makes a pretty good point. But my whole point is, it's hard to get living tissue from. Like, I'm not understanding that. People have to break that down very good and prove things like that. If you're going to say that tissue lives for 100 million years, you are going to have to show me 100 million years in a time lapse data, if that's what it takes. And you're going to have to prove it. It's going to have to be tangible. You're going to have to first observe it, which means you're going to have to at least be 100 million and 1 years old in order to observe this natural phenomenon. So it's outside of the realm of science, if you ask me. However, I'm not putting it by whatever happened years ago, because if there was some kind of event that truly did something on a cataclysmic scale, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not going to say there's giants and things buried in these sculptures and there's blood in them and all this other stuff. Or we're stretching. We're stretching. I only talk about what I can prove. I'm not a gatekeeper. You're willing to look up to whatever you want. You can waste your time in many different ways. However, I am only speaking from what I'm able to prove. And it doesn't seem like that's a legitimate type of thing. You know what I mean? Watt says, yeah, no doubt. Just look how strong a MRI. Yeah. It will suck a wheelchair 3 feet away into it. Holy crap. Yeah. I know. Like, people are getting all these MRIs and all. Not messing with that crap, man. I'm just not. I'm not. I've learned. I've learned what they do now. To a lot of people. With this type of X-ray machines and MRIs and all this stuff. Kirby says, I think there are positive ions, negative ions. The tech we use now is positive ions, and it heats the molecules, and negative ions is tartar tech and is cold and works between the empty space, in my opinion. Yeah, possibly. Possibly. Like I said, I have no idea. The only thing I say about them is that if they were so legendary, they should have been able to preserve way more. And I don't know how they were taken over. I don't know how the cataclysm could have even happened. And if they had a true understanding of this electromagnetic type of energy that they really dealt with, whether it's ions, negative or positive, if they truly understood this and they understood sacred geometry as well as frequency and water, I don't understand how they let these pieces of trash take over the entire world and how they weren't able to have cameras. I mean, you would think constructing a building like this would be child's play. I don't know how they hid all the cameras away. I don't know how this reset could have even happened. I would not mess with anything dangerous. Like I said, if there was a reset now and I caught somebody building a flying vehicle, I got a cross for you. And we're going to string you up. We're going to string you up. Because you know what happens when people start building flying vehicles? They start dropping bombs on people and they start hurting people. That's called lost tech. There are no airships here. No. People don't know how to just use an airship for nice things. If they couldn't create bombs, they would take airships and drop knives down on people's heads. I don't know why. They're just effing evil. That's what they do. So no, because they don't know how to use it, and you got to treat them like children. You don't know how to use it properly, so we're going to take it away from you, and we're also going to just put you up on a cross if you're going to create something, and it may benefit humankind, but it's going to resort in a lot of death because they won't use them for what they should be used for. Kind of like what I think happened with these electromagnetic buildings. You know what I mean? Kirby says, maybe a war. We need to stop imagining they were perfect, so they destroyed themselves. Yeah, it may be. I agree. I don't think any of these people, I can't trust anything. We don't know what time period we're living in. All the maps, if that is 100% accurate, and I'm going to basically go and check each map myself, and I'm looking into this more, but apparently all of these maps are in the wrong age. And when they're in the wrong age, you're thousands of years off. So, I mean, we're kind of screwed. And I hate imagining things, and I hate theories, and I hate all of that. Eric also said another very good point in his video that he released. He said, a lot of people like to ask questions about how all of these things work, whether that's, he didn't say this, I'm saying this, whether it's torus field or how Earth works or the sun, moon, and stars. Listen. There is a specific reason I don't answer any questions about the sun, moon, or the stars, or the torus field, or anything that's beyond your own particular type of testing. Because people are too stupid to even understand the basic fundamentals that water doesn't curve. They don't even realize that gravity is already out of date, and they're still bringing up Newton. Most of them have no idea that Newton is the one who apparently wrote our chronology. You understand? So I really like that Eric said that, and I agree with him 100%, because there's a lot of people that give really crazy answers, and that's why, you know, so Tartaria is filled with people who create these weird theories, and that spells danger. There was one issue with Paul Koch, and I like Paul. I'm just like double checking people. That's what I do. I check people. Okay, I check people. We're in the truth. We are truthers, real ones. So every truther that puts something out, they're up for scrutiny. Okay, somebody, you know, anybody can take anything I put up and scrutinize it, but you better make sure you're doing it properly. He mentioned the Indian connection. He's talking about Indians. He's talking about Indians here. Listen, I can't say the guy's name, but I am going to do a video on what he did. He has 30, 40 volumes, 2 hours and 3 hours each, where he has shown who the real Native Americans actually were, showed how they were not dressed this way, showed how they actually were not even the race that they say that they were today. They lied about that too. He has so many volumes and so much evidence and proof. He's like the Eric Dubé of the original Americas. Put it to you like that. He does really good work. He has a trove of information. You know what I mean? So what Paul Koch was mentioning was that, you know, that the Indian connection with the Tartary, they could have been the Tartary. No, they weren't. They say the Indians were primitive. See, so he just isn't aware of this particular research that I'm talking about. And a lot of people may not be. You know what I mean? So it's real good to, that's what I like about you. You keep all these people in check. Yeah, man, you know, because when they go too far off, I like for everybody putting this info out. Don't overstep yourself. Don't tell people what God is. Don't tell people what spirituality is. Don't tell people there's aliens. Don't tell people there's fallen angels. Show me one. Show me one. Show me an alien. I'm right here. $2,000. Anybody? Oh, that's right. That's right. You can't. I forgot about that. But for some reason, it's okay for everybody to still say that they just released all this stuff saying that aliens are bigger than us and that they are far, they're far more advanced than us. And they just got that from the Pentagon. What is it? From the government vault? I forgot what it's called. I don't even care about this stuff. It's all fake documents. So the people who are aware of the alien deception are still sitting around here saying that they're fallen angels. And they're still sitting around here saying that there's aliens. Listen, there are no aliens. It is nothing but the controllers screwing with your mind. And if you do see a suspected alien, it is not what they say it is. This past pandemic should show you their capability. They can literally say spaceships are here on Earth hovering in the air and no one even has to see them for the public to go psycho. This pandemic just showed you that. That's why I go after some of these truthers and I keep them all straight, because they have to be. Because they're still talking about these fallen angels that no one has ever seen. Oh, so you're automatically begging the question. If you're talking about fallen angels, because then you're assuming that angels or whatever they say they are that is mentioned in the Bible, which also has been changed and altered throughout the years. And we don't even have the original, manuscripts that you're even reading from. And even if you did, it's the canonized manuscripts. There's thousands of books that are not even included in biblical context. So we'll just half-ass it again, right? Just keep going that way. That's going to work, right? No, tossed out. Vatican time machine. Time is a concept. Time is a concept. Time's not real. Mandela effect is not real. Shout out to Joe Nugget. Mandela effect's not real. They can't change time. And they can't change the fabric of our reality. Even if our reality was changing, if you are a truth seeker, that is a contradiction. Fallacy, for that matter. What's the point in seeking history if it can change at any given time? That's what goes to show all of these people that are running psyops on people. Time is a concept. Time is a measurement created by man. Einstein reified it. He made time a place. That's why it's called space-time, because he made time a place. Which also, they admit, time travel is real as well. If you go through wormholes, I kid you not. Scientific journals are now saying that time travel is real. I don't know if you guys know that or not. So you already know by default, after what just happened here in 2020 to me and the rest of this world, if they come out on here and they say smoking causes lung cancer, I'm going to smoke 2 packs of cigarettes every day. And I'm going to say, no, it doesn't. If they come on here and say that they can time travel, I'm going to say, no, they can't. If they say they can't travel time, I'll say the Mandela effect is real. Everything they say, I'm going to say the opposite at this point. We are way, way too far in right now. A lot of people are way too relaxed. They're way too relaxed. Yahuwah's king says, everyone is scared of the invisible enemy, the boogeyman. I heard them on Nathan Oakley's show discussing time travel. The ballers have some, it's pretty serious. It's really serious. It's crazy. I mean, honestly, I don't feel safe being around people who think that. You know what I mean? It's not safe to be around those type of individuals. They have some serious problems. They are a hazard to us. I thought that they made Tartarian buildings for those people with padded rooms. What are they called? Asylums or something? I don't know. They're probably for people like us. I have no idea. I mean, they made things like this libraries, so. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say. Let me slide over to Cyber Polygon. So it says, just as a random worldeconomicforum.org type of thing, what is Cyber Polygon? Cyber Polygon is a unique cybersecurity event that combines the world's largest technical training exercise for corporate teams and an online conference featuring the senior officials from international organizations and leading corporations. So, let's go. Watts said, yes, sir, we are in too deep. That's for sure. I'm laughing at the truthers bringing up CERN and how it's, oh my God. Oh, they got Shiva trolling everybody right out the side of CERN. And, oh man, it's just perfect. And then the workers at CERN, okay, it's almost the same. I'm happy you brought that up, Watts. It's the same thing as NASA. Check this out. Space is real. And NASA is not lying because NASA said that space is real. That's how we know space is real. NASA's not lying because they said so. CERN is responsible for the Mandela effect. So I know CERN's not lying because they said that they're not lying. Check it out. Some of the CERN workers, I think this was in their Mandela right here. We are happy at CERN. All they're doing is trolling. Richie from Boston has fallen for this stupid psyop. How many truthers have fallen for this? I like, look at this Einstein type of crap, these equations. Math doesn't prove crap. Guess what? Can I take 5 apples away from you if you don't have any apples? No, I can't. Math debunked. Look at this. They're messing with people. They're messing with you. Mandela, they're messing with you. Why would an idiot like him have Mandela around his neck? What does Mandela have to do with this CERN organization? Nothing. It's a joke. It is a joke. I mean, this thing is so bad. I always bash Mandela effect every opportunity that I get. Every chance I get, I bash it. So it cracks me up. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. They're so ignorant, Watts. These people are so stupid that they don't even know that they're stupid. But they're so stupid that they're blaming their own stupidity on CERN. If I worked for CERN, I would be offended. I'm offended, and I don't even work for CERN. I'm offended for them. That people are so dumb that they're blaming their own terrible memory of Fruit Loops and Bursting Bears and Lucy whatever, because I've only watched that show twice, on CERN. How arrogant do you have to be? Guess what? Guess what? I forgot my cell phone today at home. And I'll tell you whose fault it is, okay? It's Donald Trump's. God almighty. How about the gas they smell like shit on here? Yeah, they are. They are. Watts says some of the longtime truthers are stuck on stupid CERN. Yeah. CERN is CERN. Yeah, I might even debunk CERN. I might debunk CERN. It's real easy to debunk CERN because if CERN claims that there's something that they're not, they're debunked. I'm not claiming that CERN doesn't exist. I'm debunking what CERN claims to be if they're not what they claim to be. You see what I'm saying? And it's real easy. I could easily debunk CERN. I might put that in my quick debunks playlist. Look at this. CERN demons. CERN Geordie Rose. CERN 666. CERN Shiva. CERN Mandela effect in the Bible. That's the prime thing right there, the Bible. Oh, man. How arrogant. How arrogant. Watts says, yeah, I got a big argument over Mandela effect, over labels. It's like, dude, the company can change. Yeah. Exactly. I think what was one of them? The Centers for Disease Control. I could have swore. Now, this is just me. Look, I'm going to prove that the Mandela effect is real because I thought the CDC stood for Center of Disease Creation. I could have swore it stood for that. I guess that proves Mandela effect is real and that's science. So because it's in my mind. And you guys might not understand this because you're not smart enough yet, okay? Science is whatever you want it to be. It's 2021, okay? Do you guys understand? I'm half non-binary, which means I do identify with something, and it's whatever I want it to be. All of you bigots, man, that's your problem. The world would be better, okay, if people like that wasn't around. Experts about cyber polygon. So this is the cyber polygon. Apparently, this is the date that people really want in people's minds, this July 9th thing. I don't do the dates. And you know what? I don't even care. I don't even care to do dates. As far as I'm concerned, I can say, hey, watch out for July 9th. Also, I want you guys to watch out for July 10th. 11, 12, 13, 14. I call the rest of the dates for the rest of the world right now for the rest of this year and then next year. I call those dates ahead of time. So anytime that this happens, I was the one to call it out. I'm going to let everybody know. I just want to let everybody know. So if you guys see somebody, make sure you put Amish Space Station said it first because he called this date out along with every date of this year. But yeah, I don't put anything past this. So last thing I wanted to say, I think everybody should prepare for this because this has the potential to be very devastating. I think it would take more than just a grid down. There could be some kind of fake war they're trying to kick off at the same time as everything going down. I mean, all hell could break loose. So, honestly, I want to end this off with a couple words for some truthers. Not that anybody will make it this far in, but I'm going to do a separate video. Truthers need to come together and be more with the solidarity. All truthers, all the Mandela effect people need to realize that time is a concept. And even if the Mandela effect was actually real, it doesn't really matter. None of that matters because we have something now changing the very fabric of our world. And this is what is happening now, this here. And it's changing the very fabric of everything that we know. They keep doing this and planning lockstep and planning 201 and planning cyber polygon and planning this and planning that, and they won't stop. They just keep doing it. And the only way, instead, like Max Egan mentioned, we can't be reactive. We have to act before any of this happens. All right, here. I got something for you. Okay, you're blocked. Okay? I don't know who Joshua is, but you're not going to spam chat. More truthers and more truth-seeking individuals need to be more collective with our understanding of reality and what we're planning on doing. You all know what I mean? There's a lot of people that are still stuck on this Q movement. They're stuck on CERN and Mandela effect. Brian Stavely claiming he got kicked off of YouTube because of Mandela effect. He should get an award, like a slap in the face, if he got kicked off of YouTube because of Mandela effect. I've never seen that before. I've searched the Mandela effect here on YouTube, and millions of people. They even got a film. They even got a film out on it. Look at this. 500,000 for the film or whatever. 1.4 million views. This is on Watch Mojo. I bet you if I search Watch Mojo for Flat Earth, you think they're going to have anything on there? And people still think this is real? Come on. But yeah, we're all divided. We're all divided because people aren't seeing the bigger picture. It's kind of like, to be where I'm at in my thinking, you have to understand everything has been altered. Our history has been altered. Medicine and experiments back in the day to current have been altered, changed, lied about. All of our literature has been changed. Everything on the internet was decided what was going to be on the internet and what wasn't. So whatever this reset happened, they gathered all of the books up from everybody's home, if there was any books left or if they were all in some kind of a weird microwave. They only allow on the internet what they want on the internet. That was my big waking up moment. Again, my second awakening moment. Hey, vegan consogar. Yep, everything. And that was my big thing. I was like, I don't think I can validate anything on the internet. I was like, do you have a copy, a hard paperback copy of these books? Or are we looking at, I started looking at some of the documents that they said for my family. It's weird because every time I ask my dad and my grandfather was born in 1929. I'm like, what did your grandfather say about slavery? He doesn't mention his grandfather. And I'm like, what did his grandfather, what did your grandfather to say about his dad? And I can't go back any further. Something happened, 1850, during that time. I don't know. I don't know. But, you know, you can look at this and you can tell that this is not the destruction caused by this building here. These little tiny, neatly, they had time to stack these up beautifully, and they weighed a ton. These could not do this type of damage. So everything we know has been altered. Our religion, our history, all of our science. They're saying that they captured light waves and they know what it. No, you don't know what light does. Spectroscopy and the quantum leap shows you have no idea what light does. Light does not travel in straight lines. Proven by what? You guys already know. Quantum eraser, double slit experiment, knowledge of which path causes wave function collapse. Don't want to hear it anymore. I don't. And everything is altered. So why I called out Paul Koch? Because he's not aware that the Native American history has been altered. If the newspaper said there was slavery, I deny slavery. There was no slavery. I don't even need any proof. I got proof, but I don't need any proof because they said that there's slavery. So I know that there wasn't. See, that's my proof. See, we're at a point in society now. And that's why I'm so happy about 2021. We're at a point now where we can use the mainstream as proof. You see what I'm saying? Says, check out, Yahweh King says, check out the Great Fire of Baltimore. Yeah, I've heard of that. Nothing but rubble and a power factory left. Oh, yeah. What year was that, actually? Isn't that amazing? Have you ever seen fire? I didn't say lava or anything like that. Not that, like I said, that's another thing. Spoil tips and what these people call lava. Is it 1904? Yeah, man. Next time I find out my neighbor, I'll tell you what. I got to get that Amazon sidewalk. That way I can look at my neighbor's house, figure out what he's doing inside there. Because I tell you what, he's not going to burn me down like this. Look at that. This can be you. This can be you. If somebody next door drops their cigarette, this is what will happen to your entire city. Luckily, we have responsible people out here that are all getting jabbed. Otherwise, this could be you. We'd be dead right now if it wasn't for all the good people in humanity that we got getting jabbed and forcing us to. God bless them. Yes, God. I'm in a mood today. I'm sorry. I'm really in a mood. Holy crap. Well, look, they got one survivor. Some fire damage. Look at this. That fire burned this metal and brick. Look at that. Look at what that fire did. I'm offended that they think I'm this stupid. This has actually hurt my feelings today. I love feelings. I need feelings. I live by my feelings. Cryptic says, when will you drop another song? I've been jamming. Oh, you like them, man? Thank you. Thank you for listening to them. I think I'm going to record a new one this week. I think I'm going to make a new song this week. I might do it Thursday. I've already written some really good stuff, and vegan. So I think this week I'll record another one. Yeah, lots of cities burned down. Newton came up with gravity during the quarantine of 1666. Yeah. And the London Great, probably. I'm upset that it was an apple, because this flame here clearly can burn off bricks. And if you figure he was underneath of here and one of these bricks fell from preferably up top, I don't know. We probably wouldn't have to worry about gravity. And we wouldn't have to worry about asteroids hitting us. There's a lot of things like that I always ponder. And maybe if it was in the year, before the reset, BC, 3666, the year 3666, and one of these bricks fell. But we're not lucky enough for that. I'm glad that he made out okay, assuming that he was even a real individual. And even if he was a cartoon figure at this point anymore, it's like I said, it's 2021. And we need to be more sensitive as a whole here, okay? We need to be more sensitive to cartoons. And we don't want to be offensive to cartoons. I'm appalled at some of you on here. I had no idea that you guys were such bigots. We need to be more sensitive to cartoon figures. They have feelings too. God. We got some problems here in this country. Besides COVID. and Anal Schwab, the founder of and executive chairman, he's both. A lot of times you can only have one position, but when you're swabbing this many people, you have to hold more offices. Anyway, I really am in a mood. This is a really concerning thing, though. I don't want to make too many jokes about it. It's very serious. I don't think that this would be an event that they do. I look at this swirl thing. This almost looks like those pedo swirls in the FBI database. But I don't know exactly what the plan is, but I don't know if one little outage would do the damage that I think they're talking about in here when they say that having this thing out for a long period of time. I do know that if people are without water, if they have an outage for about a week to a week and a half in the cities where no one can get any food and water, I think people have enough in their fridge to last a week, maybe a little bit longer. I give the human beings a little bit more benefit than they deserve. The communist piece of crap traitors that have decided to put their children up for experimentation and to sell out the people like us who are actually putting our own lives on the line and our reputations in order to actually try and fight for their freedoms and their stupid wastes of space, pieces of trash lives. And I'm being censored right now. Otherwise, I'd be using a lot of language. We are trying to save the very people that are calling us crazy conspiracy theorists. That's truly Jesus's work there, if you ask me. As we have to say, we have to forgive them. They know not what they do. They claim I'll get them sick and their grandparents. And they're shunning me and locking me out of grocery stores for my own good. Forgive them. No, not forgiving any of them. Why have sympathy for the devil? You're not supposed to. You're evil by nature if you have sympathy for the traitors of this country and every country in the world, enemies of humanity. You are a traitor yourself, if that's the case. I have no sympathy for the devil. Cryptic says, gravity is used in a negative way in our language. Like, do you understand the gravity of the situation when you're in trouble? Yeah, what does that mean, by the way? Yeah, we got to do a show, Cryptic. I got to get you on here for a show. I'm gonna contact you. I got to get you in for a show, man. I'd like to do a show on root words too. Yeah, when someone says gravity of the situation, what does that mean? The pressure, the severity? It doesn't really even make sense. Gravity meaning what? Seriousness. When someone says, do you understand the gravity of the situation? They're asking, do you understand the severity or the seriousness? Even though gravity is a joke. It's almost like they're exactly vegan. Yeah, the sheep will never be forgiven for the blind will be. Exactly. If you have sympathy for the devil, listen, I'm not Jesus. And going biblical for a moment, I'm not going to pretend to be. And having forgiveness for wickedness is a wicked act. You are helping the wicked ones. If the wicked ones are taking over the world and they mean to harm someone, and you step in and you stop them, you have done a good deed. If you have let them and allowed them to harm people and then forgave them afterward, holy, really? Okay. Is that what it is to be a Christian? To trust the plan? Hashtag Q, shout out retracted. Is that what it is to be a Christian? To let evil flourish and then forgive them? You see, all of the ones who are not the star people, see, you're nothing more than cattle. Understand? They say it themselves, right? Oh, it winds me up. Vegan says, they say gravity is a weak force. No, it doesn't. Isn't it backwards? Isn't it backwards? Let me say this too. John Levi just put out a video a couple days ago, and I want to clarify something too, because I'm not Jewish, okay? I'm also not an African, okay? I consider myself an American. I come from America, and I'm not claiming any of that anymore. And you know what? It's 2021, and I don't care. I'm going to identify now, and I'm allowed to do this, okay? I am not an African American. I'm not African, okay? All right? And John Levi came out with a video. The reason I'm saying that is because John Levi came out with a video a couple days ago, and he mentioned that his dad was Jewish and his mom, I think, was French. Now, listen, I am not a racial kind of guy. I am a religious kind of guy. If John Levi's dad was a Zionist, that's a different kind of story, okay? Everyone who knows the current situation that we're in and has studied any of these things understand the severity of the protocols, okay? And they also understand the severity of the Talmud and the Kabbalistic type of practices. And we all understand what they tell us about ourselves. And I don't like the way they make me feel about myself, saying that I am a dog, and saying that it's okay for them to steal from me, and saying that it's okay for them to do what they do to me because I'm nothing. And also, I'm not even one of God's people. I'm actually one of those little, pieces of trash that infect the earth. And I need to be maintained under 500 million. This isn't a knock against John Levi, but people know this already. And having any of that type of connection in your bloodline is a really bad look, especially if you're in the truth community. And I'm saying that as politely as I can, because we're trying to get to the bottom of the situation, and we definitely don't need people who may have a religious view. Same as I say, we don't need a whole bunch of Christians that are telling people that I'm going to hell because I just mentioned that there's no letter J in the 1611 Bible. We don't need extremists like that. And I'm sorry, but we don't. We need more open-minded people, not tolerant, but open-minded individuals that actually want to bring about better things. And you have to have an open mind. I actually got into a little argument with my dad a few days ago, and I flipped out on him because I mentioned something about some ingredients in some of the food and some of the water, some of the drinks that he had. And I said something. I was like, well, first off, this is a carcinogen, and it's in, aspartame and all this other stuff. And he just randomly said, well, you would have to have like a whole tub filled of that to get sick. And I stopped him and I said, wait, what are you talking about? And where's the scientific papers to show me that you have to have a tub full of aspartame to get sick? Don't make up your own nonsensical. That's how delusional people are, is that you tell them something and then all of a sudden they just make it up. They're like, well, you got to smoke like 5 packs of cigarettes a day to get cancer. Where is your scientifically validated paper to show that it has to be at least 5 packs a day? I know somebody who never even died, a chain smoker, lived to be 98 years old. My uncle's mom. And we're still just making up what we want? Now, I'm not saying she didn't have cancer. Watts says, trying to teach people the true names of the Father and the Son is worse. Yeah, it is. I'm happy you said that, my friend. You are spot on. It is worse. Oh, me too. Me too. I've had people on Facebook give me their address, told me to come to their house. I kid you not. They were doing it live. They came on my network, started doing it live. They were like, here, I'm outside my house right now. I'm just like, you are not a Christian. I'm not coming to your house, psycho. Kirby says, they say gravity is a bend in space-time that we perceive as a force, but really everything is falling in their relative position. Yet in school, they do the bowling ball experiment to show mass attracting mass. Yeah. And Nathan Oakley was actually going over that, showing that mass doesn't really attract mass. And there's no scientifically validated study of trying to even do that. But they say gravity's not even a force. Here's the thing. In Einstein's theory of relativity, it's an effect of the bending of space-time. It's not even a force anymore. That's why it debunks Newton's law of gravitation. So Newton's first 2 laws have been completely debunked by Einstein, because Einstein said gravity's not a force, which means that an object in motion doesn't stay in motion if it's acted upon by another force, because gravity isn't a force. So automatically it debunked both of Newton's laws of motion and stuff, or law of gravitation, law of motion. It's amazing. They're also stupid. They don't even know their own, the gravity of situation, the weak force of the situation. It is 100%. But then no mass doesn't attract mass. It's been in space-time. Teach different methods depending on what you're learning in that same subject. Open-minded, objective truth seekers. I agree. 100%. Yeah, and that's really the problem is honestly, in this time period now that we find ourselves in, and them about to kick this thing off here, we do need to be together. So I've decided not to call out as many truthers. Look. I have an addiction, I admit. And my addiction is to call out other truthers. That's just what I do. I'm like a referee. That's all. Listen, when someone says something stupid or someone goes a little bit too far, I have to call them out. When someone just comes out, Ewar does legendary work. However, there's some things that we have to just be careful. Let's dial it back. Don't skip, because when you go too fast, you miss steps, which is the reason why I had no idea that all the maps were in the wrong age. People don't understand exactly how big of a deal that is. People really don't understand. I told you, I cussed 2 people out because of that. That's how angry I was. And the people I cussed out were annoying me too. They were, one of them was a supervisor actually for a department from the, I work in electrical engineering, and he was another supervisor of a different department. And I told him off. I was like, dude, don't even come in here and start talking to me about nonsense right now. I'm like, yeah, I didn't tell him that because he would have looked at me like I was crazy. He'd been like, what's your problem? I'm like, well, we just found out all of our maps are wrong. He'll be like, what? Okay, you know what? Yeah, you need to take some time off. But honestly, it's really concerning having, a false history, because we all deserve to know who we are, where we are. We deserve to know. Watt says, so what's your opinion if they do shut the grid off? I think if they do that, it's going to be bad. Not necessarily. I think it's going to be bad for everybody, preppers included, including myself. However, it's not going to be as bad for me because I'm not going to take any crap. Once they decide to hit the reset, everything is going to completely, people are going to start starving, or like I said, there's multiple ways that they can play this though. So, yeah, Cryptic, did you hear about that? Don't tell me this is the first time you heard about a Cryptic. I'm sorry if it is, bro. You're going to be really mad. You're going to be really mad. I would say just make sure that you all have ways to get water filtration, water purification, defense items, metal protectors, a lot of freedom seeds. That's what I like to call them. I've heard this called by people. I say it. Shout out to everybody who's, shout out retracted. People are really going to have to prepare themselves. I just don't know if the government's going to come in and say, here's your food. Come with us. Here's your shot and here's your burger. Here's your fake meat. Here's your hurricane. Grid down, hurricane, World War III, alien invasion. Imagine all of that happening at the same time. I will lose my crap. I kid you not. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you guys. I will lose my crap if that actually happened all at the same time. I would be overcome with anger, and I would need to seclude myself away for maybe a week to gather my mental state and to calm down. You know what I mean? Yeah, though, Cryptic, yeah, Pisces, Aquarius, Cancer. We don't have any maps apparently in our age. The past 2,000 years, we don't have maps for that. Apparently, it's written right on them. What Ewar said was there's one of two things may have happened. They may have one of three things. Sorry, I don't want to misquote them. This is from memory. They changed them, or they took them and lied, or the maps are completely fake. I don't know. Oh my God, dude. Well, my condolences for you, because this is really going to make you angry. This is why I did this. So if you weren't here right at the beginning and you want to go back, but I'll tell you in a second with that. Yeah, because like I said, I flipped out when I heard. Oh, I'm good. I was born. Oh yeah, me too. I'm in more of a country area. There's a lot of areas to DC and stuff. I'm more from the shore, so I'm not really in a city area. But it's kind of like New York and Buffalo. Oh yeah. My mom is 68. And I thought they were lying to me about the shot. And I'm like, did you get this? Apparently, she's been having some issues with her eyes and having problems with her vision. So, and I'm like, you guys aren't going to be up here lying to me. You're going to tell me if you went and you did this or you took this. You're going to tell me whether you want to or not. You know what I mean? I don't play all those stupid lie games because it's not about lying anymore. Autodidactic 2. Autodidactic 2, Cryptic. And
hi guys, how you going?
And flat fact. Right here. All the maps wrong. It is by Flat Fact. Cryptic, and they do a really good whoa. Ewar's channel was taken down. Ewar really must be on to something. He really did a really, really good job. Holy crap. I didn't know. I don't know if it's been taken down or if Ewar took it down. But wow. Yeah, all the maps from all the historical maps and all the collections of maps. I'll do a watch party if you guys are all interested in that someday. I'll do a watch party. Let me know. Yeah, so all the maps are wrong. All of them. Vegan says, if they attempted all the psyops all at the same time, I think that would show that's their last play, and they would that would expose a lot to people on the fence. I don't think so. Honestly, I've learned now never to underestimate the stupidity of the human race. You know, I feel like I'm horrible saying that. I feel dirty saying that, you know? I feel dirty. I feel violated. I have my hands on my shoulder at the moment, you know, holding up my shirt, covering myself, having to say that. But I would never underestimate the stupidity of people. They'll believe all of these hoaxes. They'll believe all of them all at the same time. They'll be running around scared of aliens they haven't even seen yet. I mean, it'll be crazy. They'll go to every single Nike warehouse. Do you guys understand the amount of looting that would take place? I mean, screw the George Floyd crap, you know, using a mannequin. You know, I'm not even going to go there because I got a strike for talking about George. What says, oh, it's good. Sorry to hear that. Oh, it's a flat. Oh, I think my mom is too. I woke up to all this crazy nonsense. Yeah. I think I've been pounding this into my mom's head for a while now. And she doesn't even argue with me at all. Hey, non-constreamists. Are you saying what is up with the Tartarian information? I'm just shooting in the dark with that. Yeah, his channel was taken down, and a lady's channel that was mirroring his video. Holy crap! I should have downloaded those. All right, I'm gonna steal those videos. Look, Ewar did a legendary. Ewar did a very good job on that. I just mentioned Ewar because Ewar was mentioning that the ether is God, and here's the problem with that: creation. The ether has to be capable of creation. There's a lot of scientific, you know, it's just weird. It's like I don't agree with anybody trying to tell people what God is. Something with that. You know what I mean? I didn't know that the maps were said and simple fact, all the satellite maps. Yeah. Apparently they said on here, even our maps are wrong. Like our current maps. Yeah. He says you got a valid point. Humans are so damn stupid. Look, I got pictures of people in all their colorful designs on their stupid muzzles just to prove it. Now, you don't think people are stupid? Here. See? You can use people as proof now. Look at mainstream media. Use all of that. They're all proofs. Crib says, Kubar shows you the ice wall, but none of the North Pole. Huh. I gotta see that. I gotta check that out. Hey, what's up, Matt? Thanks for joining, my friend. Yeah, here for that Tartaria. Download the info. Yeah, what I was talking about here, pretty much, it's in the beginning. I try and pack everything into the beginning of the streams because I hate that they're so long sometimes, but I really enjoy talking to you guys, ladies as well. The Tartarian info that I was talking about in a nutshell was regarding the torus field, and it was also regarding horseshoe magnets and these Tartarian arches that are similar to these horseshoe magnets. And what I'm asking about is, was this technology dangerous? Did they fry the electric grid? Did they microwave people? Did they screw up and cause an electromagnetic destruction and disturbance here, creating these deserts. See, you see what I'm saying? And you're never going to hear a lot of truthers mention these questions because these questions are very, very hard-hitting questions. And that's what I want to know. I'm done with the UFOs and the nonsense. I don't want to know any mysteries. I want answers. So what we have to do in order to figure out these answers is go back decade by decade, 1980, 70, 60, 50, 40, and so on, and study decade by decade to get a grip on what everything was happening, everything that was going on in America, 10 years by 10 years, maybe even 5 years by 5 years. Like I said, a lot of people, a lot of Tartarian researchers they haven't even read the works from Anthony Fomenko. Okay. He debunked modern chronology. Okay. So you got to take into account all of this stuff. You can't just come out with these, things without considering all of the information. So, is Ewar legendary? Yes, Ewar is legendary. Ewar did great work. However, don't call the ether God. And did God destroy all of those Tartarian individuals and infrastructure? What happened? You see what I'm saying? Those are questions you have to answer first in order to get to the, we're putting a cart before the horse. Because you guys have to understand, how do you think they built those Tartarian buildings without carts and horses? Come on, guys. The cart doesn't go before the horse. You know that those horses are strong enough to carry those tons of material. Come on, guys. Guys. Soviet and Russian mathematician, professor at Moscow State University, well known as a typologist and a member of the Russian Academy of Sciences, is author of a pseudo-scientific theory known as chronology. So you know that he's hitting hard. They're calling him a pseudoscience right here. Based on the works of Russian Soviet writer and Freemason Nikolai. Holy crap, man. You see that damage control? God. Imagine if you were him. Imagine just for a moment. You Google your name and they write this about you. He's 76 years old. And he's looking on the internet right now and he goes, oh, look, I Googled myself and they said I'm a pseudoscientific scientist and my work's based on other people's work, and one of them is a Freemason. It's like, wow. Isn't this defamation, slander type of crap? Wow. He's a mathematician and a psycho pseudoscientist. And at the same sense, they're using mathematics to fake space. And yet, they're using mathematics to do pseudoscience, and they're calling a mathematician a pseudoscientist. Wow. How many people would I slap? Honestly, I would need a glove. They're not worth me hurting or possibly injuring my sensitive hand. Destruction happened, and now there's a desert. Wondering if civilization is worth the Yeah, I agree. The deserts 100% are man-made. 100% man-made. Crippy says, ether's probably not God. I don't know. Maybe the ether is the canvas Yahuwah used to paint his masterpiece. Every artist needs a medium. Maybe the ether is Yahuwah's medium. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good theory. My problem is a lot of people say they know exactly what the ether is. And none of them have harnessed any energy with it at all. I have experiments here that I do plan on. Like I said, guys, I got a lot of stuff I've done with magnets and stuff. I spent thousands of dollars. This stuff, look, I'm a musician. I play 10 different instruments. Okay. I obsess over this stuff. So when I found something that I really was interested in, it's like I'm a kid in a candy store. I over obsess with it. I taught myself how to play guitar. I just locked myself in my room and I started playing Beethoven, Mozart, Franz Liszt, what's his name? Franz Liszt and Debussy, sorry. And a lot of different people. And I locked myself in the room as an 8-year-old and 7-year-old playing for 6 hours a day to learn how to play because I was obsessed over it. And I had a vision of what I wanted to do. And it's the same as when I discovered what you can do with magnets and what you can do and how I have enough money now to buy whatever I want to buy and do what I want to do finally. So I get a chance to mess with magnets and possibly create a battery and, and then all of a sudden it just, I did all that. I got them here. I got a lot of experiments. So I am going to get it on film. I work a lot. I'm just going to put that out there again. Everybody knows I have multiple jobs. So I'm just too tired. I'm really sensitive when it comes to emotions of the world. I can't really feel as many emotions as I used to. However, I'm still sensitive with anger emotions and frustration emotion because that's what you're dealing with this whole year. You're dealing with frustration with the human race and people not wanting to wake up to reality and watching friends and family go off to their deaths and you wondering if there's something different you could have done. So I used to dwell on the past. And so there's a lot. There's a lot with it, but that's my big thing is I like to make sure that I can demonstrate it before I make a theory up. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, definitely, man. I will. I think I'm gonna do a couple more electric therapy. I might record one tonight. See if I can release one tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time. That's not a coding, by the way. That's the time I take my break. People are like coming in here calling me a Freemason. They can't do that face to face with me. I take offense to that. That is an assault. You assault me face to face, which means I get to respond back with self-defense. Magnets are nuts, man. I scrapped out microwaves and hard drives for them. Yeah. There's actually, I don't want to go into that. Ewar was showing some of the stuff inside of microwaves and stuff, and it's everyone almost has one right in their house. It's amazing. Crippy said, I love Bach. His music is mathematical and symmetrical. Yeah, he's the organ guy. I learned how to play toccata in fugue. So the Dracula musical, like I said, I just obsessed over it. I understood that it was out of my skill set, and I just sat down and I had to learn how to play it. I was like, this is the Dracula musical. It's so cool and blah, blah, blah. Now somebody talks about vampires, and I'm like, oh, you piece of trash. Oh, you like vampires, do you? Huh? I have a whole different worldview. If I had known what I knew, at that age, I probably would not have learned how to play. But yeah, if his fugues, Bach's fugues, oh my God, they're insane. I play organ, so I have a drawbar organ, and I play organ. I'm a serious organist. I am a serious organist. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'll turn some distortion up. I don't know how many people. I'm a metalhead, so I do a lot of. I used to. I don't anymore. Death metal. The reason I switched over to death metal is because the rap currently was turning into mumble rappers, and I couldn't make sense of it. It wasn't. I needed to put out conscious rap. And I've seen Eric Dubé and a lot of truthers putting out all this conscious rap, and I wanted to switch to that. And I wanted to do a lot of metal that was conscious metal. But I'm like, people are going to hear me do some death metal growls, and they're going to think that I'm like talking about Satan and I'm evil and screaming, and they're not going to understand death metal. So to break it down for you guys, there is death metal and there's satanic metal. There's Christian metal. Okay. And there is doom metal, and there's melancholic metal. There's atmospheric metal. I mean, the list goes on. Grindcore, there's metalcore. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I know all of it because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. So I just said, okay, dude, I'm just going to do it all. So, but I don't do too much metal because it's not listener friendly. So my goal is but it is good. Even if you guys don't listen to metal, there is some very, very good metal that has nothing to do with evilness. It sounds evil until you really understand what the poetry written in it. And sometimes it's just soothing to hear it, especially slow metal and doom metal. It's really slow, really clean type of, really clean guitars, not just screaming and yelling the whole time. Sometimes there's bands, and not to mention any bands, but there's bands like Draconian, just to mention one if any of you want to listen to or check some of their stuff out. I don't listen to much anymore because these people are all kind of satanic. But just to break it down on a musical level, they have singers, like female singers singing like clean vocals under real melancholic, slow, it's not just screaming in your face melting crap 24/7. So yes, it does, Cryptic, 100%. That's why they say listen to classical music, symmetry. Yeah, it's actually electrical. It's really electrical. It is. Oh, thank you. I might make some. It'll be progressive. So I might do a progressive. I wrote an entire album called The Great Distraction. And on the album, I'm actually talking about everything. So like every one song is called Cloverleaf. So I'm talking about Project Cloverleaf. And what's the other one? The other one is called Manhattan. And I'm actually talking a little bit about what they're talking about, the Manhattan Project. But all of it is exposing things in a way. And it's really covert. So if you listen to the song, you'll be like, what's this about? And then other people like you guys, if you listen to it, you'll be like, oh, he's talking about this, this, and this. And you'll put it together right away. And, it's almost food. It's almost like mental, ear food, almost audio food. It's amazing. It took me a little bit to write, but I wrote the whole thing. The artwork has planets in the background with a fishbowl for Earth. And that's one of the songs, Fishbowl. I can't remember all of them. I'm sorry. This is live. It's off the top of my head. So I can't remember all of them, but it's really well written. It's really well written. Yeah. The architects. Yep. Oh yeah. I might release some. That's my big thing too, is that a lot of people are going to hear me come out with like some rap stuff, and then I'm actually going to do some it's going to be every genre. Like I'm actually going to start doing some piano like electric therapy piano playlists. So I'm actually going to do what I did with the electric guitar. I'm going to do that on piano. So I just have to get somebody to record me and find the time when I am free, from the slavery of how they make you work 1/3 of your life away. And that's what I'm trying to get out of. I'm going to clearly do that. Yeah. Progressive, just so that everybody knows, progressive is what got me into it. I was angry one day and I was like, why exactly is everyone screaming in this metal crap? Why are you so angry with the world? And there was a band that came in and they were doing some growls, and I decided, because I was angry at my parents, and I drove, this was a long time ago, and I drove out and sat in my car, and I had satellite radio when it first came out, and I turned on the radio, and I said, okay, what is this crap? I'm angry and I'm going to listen to it. And this band came in, and they started growling and screaming like crazy, and all of a sudden it switched, and he had the most beautiful voice behind acoustic guitars I've ever heard in my entire life. From that point on, I realized you can do anything you want. You don't have to just talk about clubs, drugs, and guns if you're a rapper. You can talk about other things. I didn't realize that, because when you're stuck in the mind control of what they use music for today as a weapon, you think everything has to be like some of these little fake puppets like Tupac and Biggie Smalls and the rest of these so-called wannabe gangsters that are married. I almost said it, but I stopped myself. You see, I got some restraint. I'm not a bigot, 100%. Right? Oh man, I love that. So my friend, I rode with my friend in town or whatever, and he turned that on, And he just pulled up to this little event that everybody had. It was what is that place called? American Legion. And everybody was outside. And Park came up. Hey, NASA, where's the moon mission tapes? Everybody stopped and looked over there. I was like, oh, God. I'm stage shy. However, I have performed for I was going to put those videos up on my channel, some of my performances, but it just doesn't pertain to truth. So it's like, I'm not going to do it. Hey, Tony B, welcome. But yeah, everybody, I'm not going to keep you guys for too long. Matt said, architects, volumes, Tesseract, and the mighty Meshuggah. Yeah, I honestly, I love metal now. I wanted to learn how to play guitar, and what I had to do, because you know, my parents, they weren't going to buy me any lessons when I was a kid. They're like, I'm paying for you to go in piano lessons. I'm not going to pay for you to do guitar. So the only way I could learn guitar is by listening to guitar music, and learning progressive metal gave me my clean picking technique that I use. Learning that, and yeah, I got some stuff, because I took like 2 weeks off, and I've been feeling really bad about that, because I've really had this info I wanted to give out, you know, put out and stuff and talk about, but I've been down. I really need to pick myself up a little bit. You know what I mean? It's just watching these things play out and then preparing for this cyber polygon situation. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. It doesn't, I wouldn't put it past these people. These people are so psychotic that they would do something on July 9th, even though they know that everybody's expecting that. Normally that you would be like, oh, they're not going to do anything. But if you underestimate them, they will. But my big problem that I'm seeing right now is mainly these because they're really not going to let you. This is all self-checkout line crap, and this is what I'm really concerned about, is all of these scanners. I thought that certificate of VID, COVID, I thought that was actually like a so-called conspiracy theory, and now on the news stations they're saying it. They were the ones who came out and said that COVID doesn't stand for certificate. And now understand, do you have your certificate of vaccination? Now they're saying it on the news. They said, no, COVID does not. I specifically remember that. Unless I got Mandela affected. In which you guys know. You guys might not have lived today. That may have never happened. So we all know how the Mandela effect works. Yeah, they would. They would. So they very well might pull that off. But I think this is the biggest threat to us, is this and the current agriculture, where they are trying to really screw us up on food. I'm not eating mercury-filled bugs like cicadas. That's number one. And if somebody tries to force me to eat a cicada, may baby Jesus have mercy on your soul. That's all I got to say. Quote from the I almost said it again. I got to be careful. They'll just ban me from getting on here. I would say yes, 100%. Pretty much what we all have to realize. I don't know if I can play it. I got to be careful, but in this VAERS database, you know, I got to be careful. I can't really show too much. You want to go on VAERS database and take a look at the data. And here's the issue. I'm not trying to be that guy who appeals to nature, because I do think that something's off with that. I might have mentioned this video before. Regardless of what people say here, regardless of what people say, right there, where they actually come out and just say, see, you see what I mean? So regardless of what people say, I think anything that you do that is not natural shortens your life expectancy. Regardless. See what I'm saying? Oh, 3 people. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. And they admit it. They admit it, Tony. They actually admit it. 100%. Yep. Said allergies. Yeah, I know a guy now who he's 65, he dropped dead. And now he works for the government. Now people are nobody questioned anything. Nobody said anything. They're trying to look into his desk. Apparently he's been working there for almost 30 years at the government, and he has some information in his desk, and all the little stupid sheeple want to get inside of his desk and figure out what he had and all this other nonsense and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I would go to Virruuss, and I think it's like 500,000. I might be wrong, but there's hundreds of thousands of people, put it to you like that have been checking themselves into emergency ERs. I told people now, I say, you know what? If I'm dying, let me die. Don't you dare take me to a hospital. I'll choke you. Don't do it. You better make sure I'm already dead. No, I'm not dealing with that. After all the documentation and the stuff I've been doing, I've been studying this whole outbreak and everything since before this thing even happened. I've been every day. Imagine this. I am an electrical engineer. All I do every single day for my first job is research while I am designing or testing electrical components and PCB boards. That's all I do. I've had over 10 hours a day for the past, which is why I opened up a channel. It's because I understand enough of it to where I can talk about it a little bit. But I've had over 10 hours a day to just donate to studying, learning science, figuring out things I've never seen, documenting, and reaching out to these people. I wanted to also tell you guys, I didn't take the snapshot, but you know, I'll bring it up when I get the snapshot, and I'll tell you guys. A famous YouTuber replied to me, and I want to show you guys what he said to me. I know how to get a lot of people's attention if I really want to. Wow. Now, I'm sorry to hear that, Tony. Brain? Yeah, Dr. Yeadon. If you guys get a chance, just look at Dr. Yeadon on BitChute. Dr. Yeadon, and he'll explain to you why people have clots, attacking women's ovaries like Rottweiler. I know that's not funny. Yeah, that's from the what's it called, the syncytian, the syncytian part that interferes with female reproduction. Why are they forcing us to? Now, you know, honestly, if you get a chance to rewatch my stream, I also mentioned Paul Koch and the heirloom and the it's not for fear, even though some people might chalk it up to that. It's just, like I said, I think this is a reset. I don't know what they're planning on doing. I find it hard to believe that they're going to go back to normal after all of this pushing. I don't understand. Why would you go back to normal after all this pushing? Why would you even do that? Why? I don't want, listen, let me say this clear. I don't want to go back to normal. Because when people accept this as normal, what's going to happen? Say they stop. Look, everybody bear with me. Bear with me. Say this doesn't happen. Cyber Polygon. None of this happens. We go back to normal. What in the baby Jesus do you think is actually going to happen 2 years from now? Because they're going to pull another one. And you're going to get locked down again. And you might not get out of it this time. If we go back to normal, we have given them consent to lock us up again whenever they want. They've given, when we normalize what they're doing, it's normal for them to have these scanners at these desks here. Okay? It's normal for them to keep us social distancing. It's normal to wear this diaper now. You understand? It's normal. All they have to do is say another one a year from now, and it's normal. I don't want to go back to normal. Because if you go back to normal, you've accepted everything that's happened now. I don't want that. I want more people still wearing masks, being angry and uncomfortable until they all decide, finally, to actually grow a brain. That's what I want. You all understand? Stay in arm, blood comes to bring it to the nearest lymph node. Yeah. It actually grabs it from your shoulder. Yeah. It actually, you're 100% right. They've been finding it moving around everywhere. Yeah. Disperse. That's exactly what it's doing. Yep. It doesn't store it for when it needs it. No, you're 100%. I got you, Tony. It's here's the thing, Tony, and let me say this to everybody in here, because I don't know if I answered that question earlier correctly or not with what I would do if they pull off this cyber polygon. So here's the thing. It isn't the people in masks that are really the ones doing this. In a way, it's the enforcers. I completely understand if people have to wear a mask to a certain degree in order to go to work, because the thing is that you got to understand, you don't expect a cat to be able to go to college and graduate college. Yes, you heard that right. So I don't expect people, right, to even come close to understanding germ theory. See what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily the people that are just wearing the mask. It's the people that are shaming other people. It's the more authoritative figures. If a police officer comes up and actually beats a little kid halfway to death, like they have been doing, and I hate having to watch that stupid footage of that because that's me traumatizing myself. But it's necessary if you're a truther or a researcher or a truth seeker. They're the ones who are enforcing these things, and they're beating people, and they're cowards. You see what I mean? They're the ones continuing this. It's not just the mask wearers. However, yes, they grind me up. They do. I straight I'm right with you. Jim's the elbow bump, sanitizer, wash hands, elbow cough. Look at all the chat. It's all about medical fascist propaganda. Hey, Drea, welcome. Thank you for joining. Andrea says, right, this is not ending anytime soon. It's actually mutated. They've went past germ theory. They skipped that. They went straight to helicopter on Mars. They skipped germ theory, and now they're talking about mutate. They're talking about something mutating that they haven't even isolated yet. They went straight from, oh my God, it's amazing. And you're 100% right. It's clever. It's really good. Yeah. People are acting like it's not serious. Look, I'm not trying to spread fear. we're in a very dangerous situation, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very dangerous situation. That's kind of why I'm so fed up right now. That's kind of why I haven't been on in 2 weeks. I'm kind of really angry. And I think I'm going to do a very angry rant if any of you are interested in hearing me scream and yell for a couple minutes. And I'm going to release it over on BitChute. But BitChute has also been censoring people, by the way. Just to let you guys know, there's a couple videos that I want to get that I can't find anymore. One is a few doctors and everybody sitting at a round table actually discussing some things. And there's a couple doctors there that call people out and they go pretty hardcore there. So I want to get that video and I can't find it now. So I'm going to look, see if I can find it and re-upload it if I can. But yeah, BitChute is censoring people. It's making me really angry. So I don't know, but it does. We're in a very serious situation. They are really doing some serious crap, and slowly, it's a slow boil. And all it takes in the middle of all this, all it takes is a cyber polygon. It could take World War III, because you already know what's happening with the games that they're playing with these stupid elites like Putin and China President Xi Jinping Pi Li. You already know what they're doing. So if they play games with each other, like what they're doing with Venezuela, because people don't even understand Venezuela. It's like those people who are talking about Gaza. I got to be careful what I say about Gaza on here. But it's driving me crazy. Hey, Cheryl. Hope all is well. Thank you for joining. Cryptic, I can't put that up there. Watts says the new mutant variant is called Delta. They got to give their fake Virruuss. Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's good there. You're spot on. You're spot on with your stuff. You know your stuff. You're spot on. Now, originally, I wanted to name it, but these bastards won't let me. I was going to call it Raphael. I mean, everybody likes Donatello. I don't know the other two's names, but I had a vote in for Raphael. But no, it's called Delta. So there's that. They like peeing on my parade. And as a truther, it's fine. They can pee all over it. But I don't drink it like those satanic celebrities. What's her name? That one witch. His name. She drinks it. I put on Facebook. I said, I hear that drinking your own urine, it could be beneficial to you. Can someone try it and let me know? Asking for a friend. Laugh out loud. You have no idea the amount of hatred that I got on Facebook. That's why I'm not on there anymore. Hopefully I said Facebook when I said that. BitChute is a race bait site, so definitely need to have discernment. Yes, you do. BitChute is, and so is World Truth Videos. That's a super race bait video, race bait website, man. Truth. I just got on there, and I'm not gonna say it here because even me being a darker skinned individual, if I say too much on here or if it sounds offensive, even to other darker shade individuals, they'll say, oh, you can't get on here, upload for 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 2 months. So they'll just systematically make it so I can't upload. They're not going to delete my channel. They're just going to make it so I can't upload. So it just doesn't benefit. I'm not scared of them though, but there's no benefit. But it is 100% race bait and people have fallen for it. A lot of people are saying Biden likes black people and Trump is racist. I'm just like, how in the hell did you come to that conclusion? Biden said a lot of the black people don't understand how to use the internet in order to get I can pull it up. He said a lot of the black people don't know how to use the internet in order to find where they need to go to get vaccinated. So he's trying to help the black community get vaccinated. So he needs to teach them how to use the internet, because by nature, they're just not that smart. Black people are just not that smart. They can't use the internet to find out any truthful vaccine information. So, quote Biden. It's so amazing. I can't deal with this nonsense. Anybody who falls for this stupid stuff. Oh, Chelsea just got here. Yeah, I was going over. I tend to go long with my lives, Cheryl, and if you and the other individuals just got here, it's the in the beginning of the stream, I try and fit everything within the first 20 to 30 to 40 minutes. And then the rest of it is talking with you guys and looking up other information. So the really important information about Tartaria I covered in the beginning of this. If you want to check it out, if you have any time to check that out, it's just about the maps. So I'm going to do a watch party with, but a lot of you guys know a lot of the information I know, and I don't want to try and get you guys to watch the same stuff over and over again. You know what I mean? But all of the maps are in the wrong age, apparently, and we have a very serious problem if that's the case. So we're like kind of screwed. So Tartaria just gets knocked out of the water with that, because we need a foundation. We all can't be non-binary. I mean, well, we all have to know. We need a foundation in order to decide what we are. I hope that sounded right. They would prick Donnie because he's the purple band. I heard the next one is the Moscow variant. Yeah, Odyssey has seemed pretty solid so far. I was going to do live streams on Odyssey. So I'm going to let you all know my Odyssey and see if I can go live here and have you guys join me on Odyssey to do a test live stream. If you will, I would be greatly appreciative. And I want to test. I will test out Odyssey and see how far their censorship goes. I will be one of the most septic individuals in the world, or anti-septic, just to test, just to see. I want to see what they do. See if they cut me off live stream. Yahoo as King says, black and brown kids. Yeah, I'm kind of like lighter brown, tannish. I kind of want to be a cyan. I want to call I identify as cyan. So Yahoo is King. Listen, you didn't say cyan. What about look? Because you're being racist here by default. You got to say black, brown, yellow, blue. Don't forget them. Cartoon characters. Gray. There's also gray. There's pink. Don't forget purple, because purple gets overshadowed by pink. Kids are just as smart as white kids do. Quote, fine. Leonard leads. Donatello does machines. Now, Michelangelo is part of the cover-up. We can't let him, he's hanging upside down in Tartarian cathedrals. What do you think of Amanda Vollmer? I love Amanda Vollmer. Like, I have a thing for Amanda Vollmer a little bit. Like, it's just a little bit, though. I got to say that quiet. I can't be too loud when I say that. That's not right. Amanda Vollmer is awesome. She has a lot of really good natural products, and she is highly intelligent. And her logic that she puts together is so brilliant. I just love it. I'm not saying she's a flat earther, and I'm not saying not to listen to her because she's not a flat earther. It has nothing to do with her being a flat earther at all. It's just if the information she gives forth can be validated, if she wants to offer you something that's natural without any additives or any kind of man-made additives, it's perfectly fine. So shout out Amanda Vollmer, yumnaturals.com. If you want some, if you want to check out some detox and things like that, you know what I mean? Natural detoxification, as well as a lot of information. She's awesome. She's just awesome. I found out about her when I found out a lot with, who else was that? I was doing a lot of holistic type of stuff. I don't want to quote it because I might be wrong. It says, "Can I be rich?" Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Watts. I love her a little bit more. And I can scientifically prove that I love her a little bit more than you. Now, look, I'm not trying to start a fight. All right. I'm just, look, it's science. Okay. It's whatever I said it is. So it is what it is. All right. I'm happy you understand. Oh, okay. All right. All right. I didn't know that. I've been all over the place with my research. The Russians just inaugurated a new power complex using it's interesting. That's interesting. I'm going to look into that as well. Yeah. It's like, I know there's a lot of deceivers. It's kind of like I mentioned earlier, about John Levi. John Levi has put out a lot of really good information. He mentioned that his dad was Jewish. Now, I'm not jumping like the rest of these, fake truthers and things. They want to jump on people right away. I'm not saying he's a Zionist. I'm just saying, he came out, he said that. That's what he said. And all you have to do is be constructive with the information. And like we mentioned earlier, you have to have discernment. So you have to learn how to evaluate information. Information evaluation is extremely important. So there's always some truth somewhere, and you have to be able to learn how to discern to figure it out. I could honestly listen to a whole bunch of shills all day long, and I know the difference between the lies they speak versus one truth they might mention. It's kind of like I can listen to Alex Jones all day, and I know 100% what he is. However, I can tell anything in there that's true that he's mentioning, and I can separate it from the false. I know every game that he's playing, especially with the frog situation and stuff and how that got blown out of proportion and wasn't handled properly. Because if it was handled properly, it would not have gotten covered up the way it did. But when you got a loudmouth crazy man like Alex Jones talking about is turning a friggin' frogs gay, then we starts getting a little crazy. No, what? Unfortunately, Watts. And honestly, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Okay, listen, I like to come on here and give good news. All right, but it's kind of it's like Cheryl was saying about the technology. There's some things you can't share. It's just it's kind of like a Twix. Yeah, there's two in a pack, but if you don't eat them both, then you got half of the goodness. I'm currently using a product called TRS, Toxin and Contaminant Removal. Okay, all right. I've heard a lot of. I want to do a live stream on that. I want to do a lot like a stream on like charcoal, activated charcoal for removing like toxins and things. I have a lot of stuff, and I kind of want to go and do it live, but I got to get into a position where I can do it. So I just have years of prepping and medical type of stuff. I got a whole bunch of like even powders and things like that from like beet and all natural beet powder, avocado powder, and all of this stuff. So I've been on like a huge kick for a while now with getting 100, and even with vegetables, they have to have seeds. If you have to go to the elites in order to get the vegetables that you're looking for, and there's vegetables that are man-made as well. Not that you guys don't know that. I'm sure you already know. I know her from my good friends who went to a gathering in New York City. Dave Wise and about 19 were there. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. It's interesting. I would like to go to a meetup as well one day. I don't know if I'll get a chance. Thank you, man. I'm like that too, and that's what you have to do. You got to hear everybody out. You know, a lot of people have their own thing about cyber polygon. It's like, yeah, they might not pull it off, but what kind of position are we going to be in if we ignore this? Lockstep, 201. I mean, no, this is not going to be ignored. I don't care whether this happens or not. It's just like I said about aliens. They can show you whatever they want to show you. I'm still going to say aliens are not real. And I'm never going to tell people to go look into aliens. It's been debunked. And until we can validate, say an alien showed up, we need to validate where it came from. And if NBC says it came from this desert, I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to accept that. That's why I say a lot of truthers are just completely lost. They're lost because they have no idea what they're even talking about, you know, at this point. They just don't. They're talking a lot of nonsense. They're fallen angels. Aleister Crowley brought them into our realm thanks to CERN. And now we got to deal with that. You know what I mean? Shell says, Amanda Vollmer is the bomb. Well versed with alchemy as well. I didn't know that. I didn't know that she's yeah, I gotta watch some more of her. I do. I gotta watch some more of her. Yeah. Yeah, she really, like I said, I have gotten her detox. It was like $300. But I've gotten her detox and her heavy metal detox. And I've also got the hibiscus and chai for blood pressure. And that wasn't for me. That was actually to help friends of mine. So let me tell you guys what I do. People tell me their problems. Some people I know that I just consider friends. I go into my own pocket and I buy these people stuff. I've ordered hundreds of dollars worth of stuff from Amanda Vollmer. And a lot of it was for other people. And they didn't ask for it either. And guess what? It may be sitting on their shelves. They may not even be using it. So that's just, that's just how it is. It's unfortunate, but that's how it is. The Amish is the best place to be, I assure you. It's a meetup coming in North Carolina. How far away am I from North Carolina? I could probably make it to North Carolina in 6 hours, 5.5. I could be slightly unsafe and make it there in a shorter period of time. I can go to South Carolina, past Fayetteville, in 8 hours. And you don't want to know why I know that. It'll bring up some bad memories. One coming up in North Carolina in October. Our meetup. ODD is going to be there. Karen B. David Wise. Flattoberfest. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah. I know they mentioned that. I do remember seeing that. I'm going to look into that. I think I'm going to go. I would love to meet ODD. I would love to meet ODD. He's an awesome individual. I am not too big on a lot of other people. Let me tell you guys why. I don't like the way that Eric Dubé was treated. And I don't like the way he's still being treated by a lot of these people. Because a lot of people have put divides like Owen Benjamin. If Owen Benjamin was there, I'm not going to go say hi to him. I just, that's not my deal. I wouldn't be rude, but I'm not there for that reason. I would drive that far away to go meet ODD. That's worth a 6-hour drive. That's fine. But I don't like the way that these people actually treated Eric Dubé. And I don't like how they aren't understanding certain things of reality, and they're letting their egos take over, because we have a grand opportunity right here to put an end to this. If we can get everybody to realize what's going on, we can put an end to this. We are either going to fail or we're going to succeed, one or the other. If we fail, this thing's over. If we fail, it's over. Your children are never going to be free again. We are never going to be free again. And no matter how prepped up we are, they are going to come for us. And we're going to have really bad lives. So believe it or not, everything is really riding on this. You know what I mean? Everything is riding on this. And a lot of people have become relaxed. We should be on our guard more than ever, because we are under attack. And I think that's kind of what it is. I feel a spiritual attack. I'm not happy at all. And I feel way worse. These past 2 weeks, I have been down way lower than normal. And I feel like I'm being spiritually attacked. And I see everything that's happening right now in plain sight. And it's really easy to see. It is. All right, let me get through a couple comments. The only extraterrestrials I will entertain as possible are the possible ones. Yeah, I agree. And I'll tell you, Ewar made a little theory about the clocks and things. If you get a chance to check it out, search Ewar. He was saying that the sun wouldn't reach too far out past Antarctica, I believe is what he was saying. So it would be cold, where darkness and cold winter would fall upon the land. So it may not even be survivable too far away from the sun. So there's that. It's in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Now, let me tell you guys something. I have a music video. Listen, I don't know if you guys are going to get to see it anytime soon. Okay. I have a music video that is still being filmed right now. It's still being filmed. This has been over a year. I'm riding a Frisian horse, by the way. I want you guys to understand that, okay? You're honestly, when this gets finished and I release this, I'm going to be on a Frisian horse. But you mentioned Spartanburg, and that's what brought this up. I paid an insidious amount of money to get the props for this, but I'm dressed up as Leonidas from 300 Spartans, and I'm kicking Globers into the pit like he did in the film. So I spent a lot of money getting some people to edit this and put. I know this is off topic, but you guys have to understand. I spent thousands of dollars just for a laugh, because it's serious, but it's one of my songs. But I'm not going to release the song probably for months, and then in the music video for a few more months. But I figure I would tell you. But yeah, I'm dressed up as Leonidas. I think you guys are going to get a kick out of it. It's going to be almost like an 8-minute long song, because there's actually parts, theatrical parts in it. I used to work with the Amish in Utah, Millersburg. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's where I get a lot of stuff from. Owen, yeah, he's not going to be there. Probably not. He's not really a flat earther. He's a failed. Yeah, he was. 100%. Owen is nothing but a smear campaign. He's too rude, and he just needs to understand what the reality, of the world is. Yeah, I just found out about that. They took it down. I can't believe that. I can't. If they took his channel down, Ewar is on to something. That work was legendary. I can't believe they took him down for that. If they really took, I think they took down the channel that mirrored his channel too. You guys mentioned too. I don't know exactly when you came in, so some of this blends together for me. Sorry. Thank you. It's gonna be. It's good. It's good. You guys don't understand. You don't understand. All right, so I don't want to tell. I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you the whole thing because I'll ruin it. But we're talking, and he's talking about. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it. I'll let you guys see it. I'm not going to ruin it. But yeah, it's an awesome music video. I started looking at the special effects for it, and they have been doing a legendary. It's green screen everywhere. You guys have no idea. I spent just to get a Frisian horse. Do you know how much money? Okay, all right. Okay, this is a Frisian horse. There is a reason. Okay, because of how sexy this horse is. This is a beautiful horse. Okay, all right. So there's something with the horse that I did in there. It's a lot of special effects and stuff. I paid a lot of money for it, but I love these horses. I think they're beautiful. I really do. These are some of the most beautiful horses. I mean, come on. Even if you don't like horses, you have to admit that is a beautiful horse, and they are huge. And I fell. There's bloopers. I was thrown off of the horse. I was also dropped from a harness. So all that's going into bloopers. And it's going to be really, really good. You guys are going to laugh. You're going to love it. That or Martin Kenny's theory that there's outer worlds with their own suns. Yeah, all that's possible. All that's possible. I'm really careful when it comes to some of that. But yeah, that's yeah, he is. He is. I liked him at first. I didn't think he would be that rude, but he's pretty. I don't know. I think he's trying to get, people kind of on that side where they're like, don't let this word rule you, or don't let. It's not I wasn't offended by any of his jokes. I just found that he was being offensive to people in mass. And even if like me being black, for instance, if I was being racist to a lot of black people publicly like that, if I'm just being racist to them and I'm trying to hurt their feelings or offend them, even if I'm black, they would still not like me and they would take offense to what I'm saying. Whatever race you are doesn't make the difference. It doesn't matter if you're the same race color-wise. There's only one human race. I'm just speaking in Owen Benjamin knuckle dragging language. It doesn't matter what race you are, even if you're the same race as the race that you're making jokes of, like a lot of comedians do. All comedians' jokes are racial. And all that does is cause a lot of divides. And I hate that. I hate it. I'm going to check out Martin Kenny. I'm going to check out Martin Kenny. I try not to do the what do you call it? The outer worlds theories, because the thing with that is it gives people we can't verify things properly. So I use only science. Science is empirical. Science is observable, repeatable, falsifiable, testable. And we have to go beyond this world to see the other suns. In order to properly even do that, we need to observe that. Otherwise, we're just in another theory. So I'm really careful with Martin any kind of is it Martin or Matten? Did I say that wrong? I'm really careful with any theories, is what I'm saying. But I haven't checked them out, so I will check them out. Yeah, and I did a video about that. I don't know what to say about syncretism. I did look into Santos, and all the religions kind of combined. That's not my thing. I have a lot of respect for what he's doing. I think that religion and spirituality is individual. I don't feel like it's something that can be taught. I don't feel like it's a method. I think spirituality is something we have to find. And I think the gateway to finding whether syncretism or anything is right or whatever, the only way for us to figure that out is to first figure out who we are, where we come from. We need to topple the lies and go back and find who we are and get connection with ourselves. See, there's a lot of people that talk about whether it's syncretism, whether it's Buddhism, whether it's Islam, whether it's Christianity. It doesn't matter what religion it is. Everyone feels that they know spirituality, yet they don't know who they are or where they're from. All of our history has been erased. All of our history has been destroyed, probably, or put up somewhere by these elite individuals. And the only way for us to learn is to go to them and demand to see the Vatican library. You see what I'm saying? And things like that. You know what I mean? Cheryl says, I like Santos. I think he's onto something as well. Yet he does use DMT for some ailments. Yeah, that's fine. I did a DMT playlist and I wasn't knocking Santos. I like Santos. I like every truther personally. I do. I even like, I'm not going to go that far, but, yeah, I can't tell people to take DMT. I can't tell people to do anything. If one of you happens to be a recovering alcoholic and I convince you that alcohol is one drink of wine is good for you a day and you turn back into an alcoholic or you relapse, I could ruin your life. I could aid in helping you ruin your life. I can't sit here and tell people that they need to try anything for any kind of psychological experience or spiritual experience. And neither can Santos. He can't tell people to do that either. Even if he does, I don't know if he does or not, but there was some things he mentioned that I think I understand his method. And I know that he breaks a lot of root words down like Tor, creator, the Tor vacuum, all that. I know he's really smart. He's really good. He's connected a lot of dots. But everything past 100 years, and this is what Martin Littke understands very well. Hopefully I said his name right. Martin Littke. He understands this very well. We cannot nail down anything past 100 years. So I almost said it, Cheryl. I almost said it. I was about to say, look, I even like Owen a little bit. I would just never ever talk to him or listen to him. I don't hate him. I don't harbor a hatred for him. I just, I think that he didn't evolve. I mean, he's still stuck in his monkey face. So it's hard to hate somebody like that. But I highly don't like him. I don't hate him. You gotta be nice to the animals. No, I don't like Owen. He's kind of, but in general, I'm just saying, it's one of those things where I think all of us we have to figure it out for ourselves. We're all here on this journey. And all of us owe it to ourselves to seek and find our spirituality. And I just think it's a little bit arrogant sometimes and selfish when you get people coming up saying, this is syncretism's right. Buddhism is right. Christianity is right. Because the thing is that I think we're all spiritual, all of us, honestly. And whatever we hold dear to us is part of our spirituality. Whatever we love, whatever we put our electronic energy into. So in a way, Santos could be correct. Buddhism could be correct. Every part of these have correct parts of them. But what I've done is I've pushed all of them away, because sometimes if you're trying to get to the bottom of things, you can't let spirituality get to and how you feel spiritually. You can't let that interfere with science, and you can't let that interfere with history, and you can't let that interfere with figuring out what these elites have done to us and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree. I agree to a certain degree, but you know what? Even animals show animals actually understand what it's like. Nature, animals aren't the ones creating. They're all in tune with each other. They all have a symbiotic type of relationship, believe it or not. Even the trees, if you ask me, have more of a connection to Earth. We're literally sitting around here with shoes on and rubber in order to stop us from, being grounded to a certain degree. I don't agree with everything Santos says either, but he has helped me figure a lot of things out. Oh, yeah. Santos does some good work. He's really, really smart. And I think he's an important part of the truth community. I do. I don't agree 100% with him at all. But he's a valued individual. I would love to meet him one day. I just, and I think his part isn't important. I just think now we're at an area where we really got to find out what has gone on and what's happened. But I just want to tell you guys that they have screwed with the weather. Let me make sure I'm not going to do a fallacy here. They've screwed with the weather and the skies are turning black and it's lightning here. And I am in my personal studio. So I have to run to my house right now because I built a separate studio and that's where I do these broadcasts from. So it's about to lightning really, really bad and storm, everybody. So I'm going to cut this off here. Watts says, would be awesome if you and Chris from Truth Unveiled 77 could do a stream together. I love Chris. I think he would. I've spoke with him before. Not in person. But I have had some chats online with him. And I think I can. And I would love to I'd love to do a stream with him. He's awesome. He knows so much stuff though that it's just like holy crap. So it'd be more of like a stream and an interview, and I would kind of I'd play devil's advocate, but I think I am going to see if I can get him on. I'll do that. Well, thank you all for joining my stream. I wanted to go a little bit more, but oh my god, it's really, really bad. Oh my god, I don't know if I can make it to my house. All right, everybody, I'm going to cut this off. Thank you all for joining. Everybody, keep your head on a swivel. I'm going to try and be on here a little bit more this week. So I hope everybody is safe and enjoy life as much as you can. Amish Space Station.